What is up, gamers, goons, and goblins? We're back for Pod 11. That's right, 1-1, baby. We made it past 10. We're in the big leagues now. My name's Meta, and I'm here with Kirby.
Yo. It's your boy Kirby.
Yeah, man. Another exciting week in gaming, of course, as it always is. Since this podcast started as a COD pod, we always have to keep a little bit of COD news in the rotation this week. COD Season 3.
Yeah, I mean, it came out, and I think I saw a couple YouTubers cover it, but it didn't get very many views. Only 3 maps came out, and I haven't heard anyone talk about it, like, outside of, like, the main Call of Duty YouTubers.
Yeah, and this is what we talked about a couple weeks ago, I believe, right? With Season 3. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Wow, that character, by the way, in the, like, screenshot thing's kind of ugly. Alright,
Yeah, I mean, it's like, basically just, it's another, battle pass you have to get through and all that. That's really all I see it as.
Oh, they added a couple player retention device.
Yeah, they added a couple weapons, and
sure.
I think the sniper rifle's cool because it's like a bolt action, which and it's from Advanced Warfare, which is pretty cool. But other than that, I think that's the only thing they really added that was interesting to me.
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg again for the 3rd year in a row.
Dude.
Oh.
Snoop Dogg. You want to know what's more exciting than that? I've been charging up my DS. Let's see if it makes a sound. You ready, boys? Oh!
My guy's DS is functioning still.
Dude, it is.
Is that the original, the blue one?
Yeah, this is the original. The carpal tunnel.
Oh my. From like 2004?
Yeah, man. I found on Amazon you can buy styluses for it still.
What? Yeah, that's crazy.
They're not like official or anything, obviously, but
yeah.
Yeah, it's sick.
That's pretty cool.
I was going through all my old games just to see what I had, and I stumbled across my original DS, and I was like, okay, why not, like, go through all the games and decide what I want to put in my, like, carry case and what I don't, and put everything that I don't want to carry around in, like, just storage or whatever. And so, yeah, I dug it out, and now I have my old DS, and honestly, I plan on playing it a little today. It'll probably remind me of how good games used to be, unlike COD Season 3, and there'll be Season 4 and Season 5 until you just want to jump off a bridge and no one cares anymore about just repetitive content.
Yeah, at this point, I'm only looking forward to Call of Duty Gulf War. It's going to come out this November, I think, or October. And I'm mainly excited because it's most likely going to have zombies because it's a Treyarch game and like actual zombies, not open world stuff, round based and all that. But
I literally think I think the zombies this year was kind of intentionally sabotaged, but that's just a hot theory I got. It's just a game theory.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna like constantly be playing MW3, but I think at this point, other games that we'll probably get into later on in this podcast have taken my attention off of Call of Duty for probably the foreseeable future.
Okay, all right.
Speaking of other games, though,
I agree. I mean, I'm going back. I've dug out games all the way back from the Game Boy here that I have sitting next to me. So I definitely think either I'm just getting sick of it and I want to go back to the good stuff. Let's see which ones I've kept out, boys. Are you ready? So
Live on air, baby.
Live on air. We got Tony Hawk's American Skateland. We got the original Spider-Man. We got the Donkey Kong, Mario vs. Donkey Kong, Super Monkey Ball Jr., Pac-Man, and most importantly in the DS, Mario Kart for the Game Boy. All right, very important. Live on air.
Dang. Oh yeah, the other day I was like, I was at work and I was thinking, and I was like, do kids even nowadays know what live on air means? Because they know what like live on stream means, right? But like they don't know what like live on air. Yeah, they haven't grown up with TV, right? They've grown up with like streaming and
shit, that's
YouTube and all that. Yeah.
Oh wow.
It was just the thought that I had yesterday. I was like, what?
Like that.
Yeah. I mean, Gen Alpha's cursed, but you know.
Hey, one more thing I'd like to let you know while I'm sitting here looking at this DS, because this is fucking crazy. It has two... Is that me? What the hell? Bro, live on air.
Uh-oh.
Alright, I guess we should move on to the next story while we're here. And then we'll go see whose car is...
Yeah. So Overwatch 2 came out that they have canceled the remaining bits of PvE content that they had. So this all started, I think, May of last year. They announced that all the PvE that they had promised would basically be moving to sort of like a seasonal model where it would like trickle out. And so I think they did a couple missions.
Okay.
This podcast is cursed.
Dude, this is not... Yeah,
sorry for the sneeze.
This is over. Let's pack it up now.
Yep. But now they've completely killed the mode, which I mean, this is pretty much expected.
Oh, yeah.
After they canceled most of the PvE stuff.
Now...
And Overwatch 2 never interested me, and now it certainly doesn't, because now it's basically completely gone towards the esports competitive route. But honestly, the Overwatch League, it died basically, and now is there anyone that even plays Overwatch?
No. Well, and actually, so this news, I'm pretty sure this news also leaked like a couple of months ago, but it was never official. It had leaked from a lot of employees that had quit or had been fired that the PvE had been scrapped. But now it's official. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really surprised. Another bad game that they tried to justify as essentially a new game, but with less characters on the map, and in turn, I believe, less interesting gameplay. I know the 5v5 didn't kill it for most people, but I think for us it definitely did. And I think for a lot of people, the 5v5 did kill it.
Yeah, whenever Overwatch 2 was originally announced, me and Meta, we both love playing tanks in any video game. Mm-hmm. Like Final Fantasy 14, we both play tanks in that, and in Overwatch especially, I loved Roadhog. My boy Meta loved Winston, so we were excited both. Me and him, we loved in the original Overwatch playing both as tanks, but with the new, 5v5, it's really gone downhill for both of us because we haven't played it at all, pretty much.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. I'll just say this: not as good as playing on the original DS with only 2 light settings. Burn your retinas and cannot see the screen. So I'll put it that way. I'll let you know when our gaming was good. All right.
Yeah.
That's when our gaming was good. Okay. It's, I don't know. It's Overwatch. That game's been dead. That Overwatch 1 died, and then they thought Overwatch 2 was going to be better, even though they had so much success with the first one. It was like, man, I don't know. I'm not surprised. It's a big clusterfuck now. You're not even playing the same team-based shooter. You essentially play kill the tank, then kill everyone else, or kill everyone else, then kill the tank. With only one tank, the game sucks. That's all I got.
Yeah. On to our next story, boys. Stellar Blade. Yeah, Stellar Blade. It's coming out later this month. I believe on the 26th.
It looks good.
It does. I really I'm excited for it. The only thing that I don't enjoy is that it is going to be, I believe, PlayStation 5 exclusive.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it's probably going to be PS5 exclusive for probably a year and then come out to PC. I believe it's, I could be wrong on this, but I think it's a game developed by like a Korean studio. And basically IGN wrote a article like I think it was a week or two ago, and it was like the character in this game is very well off in terms of visuals.
Well,
and this,
she's very attractive. I mean,
yeah,
she is. She's in shape. She's got she's got large breast and butt. So I mean, and reading through this article, she's actually modeled off of this woman named Shin Jae-yoon. And if you pull up her Insta, the model is actually exactly accurate. You know, I'm gonna have to save this Insta. And no, I'm just kidding. The model
for research.
The model of the character, yeah, for research. The model of the character actually is not far off at all.
Yeah, but yeah, basically IGN wrote a story like, oh, the game studio or the person who made this game has like never seen a woman or whatever. But I mean, yeah, she is very accurate to what it, to the real life person. A lot of more conservative people are really backing this game. More of like the libertarian types. I think the actual conservatives probably wouldn't enjoy this game at all, you know?
And we know how the liberals feel. Really. They hate attractive women. They only want the ugly ones. So
yeah. And I also heard that, some people are speculating that like every review site's going to try to like bomb this game, and I'm like, who cares, really? I mean, no one really pays attention to like Metacritic anymore.
No. I mean, we do because we bring this to y'all. But honestly, we the only purpose they serve is for everyone else to basically just use them as a reference for things, and then like not take it too seriously. Like you'll sometimes see people like Google a game, they pull up an article, they don't even read it, they look at the headline and they like read maybe 2 sentences, and they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know. It looks cool. I wish it wasn't PS5 exclusive, but that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen like FaZe Jev play the demo, and it looks like an interesting game. I think it's sort of like God of War kind of, like in terms of the gameplay. But yeah,
I mean,
I think that's about it.
It looks dope. I saw earlier this week. I know there was quite a lot of angry. I heard there was a lot of angry libs around this game, and yeah, I'm glad we got to cover it. Just Google this game. Look at some of the screenshots. You'll see why they're mad. Because they don't like to look in the mirror and see their own issues and flaws. But yeah, it's it's fascinating. I don't know how the sides flip like that on something like this. Oh God, it's the only game this year probably that's gonna make Sony any money anyways, so that's fine.
Yeah, I thought there's been so many.
Is there even anything coming out for PlayStation that's exciting at all this year?
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Stellar Blade, I think.
Okay.
I don't know. I think they're coming out with PlayStation VR 2. Other than that, it doesn't seem like there's going to be anything else. There might be either later this year or next year. There might be like a refresh of the consoles, like PlayStation 5 Pro and Xbox whatever,
Okay.
Xbox Series Scorpio or whatever it is.
Yeah. That's kind of what I was hearing is, whatever happened to I thought there was supposed to be a new Switch, too.
I don't know. People were talking about, like, Switch 2 and all that, and I don't know what happened with that.
I doubt it.
I think Nintendo, Nintendo, the thing is, the Switch is, like, still popular. Every time they put out a game, it still sells pretty good.
You know how Nintendo works recently.
Yeah.
They'll
I think
probably ride this out for like another couple years and then release a new version like they did with the DS's. But yeah, that's just my theory.
And they since their games are only sold on like their store, they probably make a little bit more profit.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they still sell extremely well. I think maybe at the very earliest, we might hear something about Switch 2 next year, but
yeah,
I don't think this year's the year.
It's the only console I plan on buying.
Yeah. Anyways, speaking of great games, yeah. Speaking of great games, though, Final Fantasy is getting a visual overhaul whenever the new expansion Dawn Trail comes out.
Now, this one I did not know. Till this morning.
I didn't know either.
Yeah. This one I did not know. I didn't know there was getting a visual overhaul with Dawn Trail. It makes sense. Dawn Trail is very like bright and sunny and colorful. At least a lot of the art and a lot of the gameplay I've seen leans that direction. So a lot of it is going to be lit up and harder to hide a lot of visual problems. So probably a good move.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of like the visual because they had like a trailer that came out a few months ago, but I just picked up on this news, this week. But the visuals, they take it from looking like a late like Xbox 360 game to like maybe a mid or maybe like a early Xbox One game. It's not like a huge visual overhaul, but it adds like reflections to the characters and all that, like from lights. So it's not, you can't expect it to look as great as like a completely new game because it is an MMO, but it's nice that they're
sure. I'm looking at it. Yeah, you're right. It's a lot more. The textures are more detailed. The shadows are more prominent. Yeah, okay. It's mostly on the characters, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Like the models, the armor like reflects light.
Gotcha. Yeah, I see that now. It's
I don't
not
know if
just
it's
like colored in that way. It actually reflects the light, which is pretty dope.
Yeah. I don't know if it's like RTX, but
Well, they look a lot better. But yeah, you're right. It's probably about like a mid Xbox One upgrade.
oh yeah, no, the recommended specs have gone up from a GeForce. Oh wait, oh those are recommended. Never mind. But the minimum is now a GTX 970, and the recommended is an RTX card. So I'm assuming it's that they're adding like RTX with this update.
Oh yeah, that would make sense. That way the world gets a little update too.
But yeah, I mean it definitely needs it. It's nearing. Well, it's already over 10 years since the original game came out, and then A Realm Reborn, I think, came out 2013. So yeah, it's been over 10.
Oh man, I mean that's one of the biggest things with WoW right now too. Is WoW, they did visual updates, but they did like one in like 20 years, and it wasn't that big of a change. So, makes me happy that they're keeping up with it. That's fantastic. Don't want to end up like WoW.
I think with WoW is like they had such a legacy that if you like try to change something, I think they might have been a little weary that fans wouldn't enjoy it. So maybe they didn't go like all the way in.
Well, that is part of it
have.
too. It's a lot of old heads that played that game.
Yeah. I'm surprised that a lot of people still play that, but
yeah, I mean, I feel like it's safe now to upgrade all the graphics, but I don't think anyone at the studio would be willing to. They're too busy complaining about men and Republicans
the pay gap.
Do anything in that studio.
Yeah.
To be honest. Yeah, that's exciting. I mean, it's true. They, like some of the WoW devs used to like personally attack Asmongold because he used to say "big dick damage," and they're like, "How dare you say that?" So I mean, you tell me who works at that company. Reasonable individuals?
No.
No.
No. That's yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's enough on that. Before we get to this next story, which isn't as important as this, I'd like to shout out the original DS for its beautiful aluminum construction and robust interior that I'm looking at right now. Giggity. You can also replace the battery externally. Anyway, shout out to Older Gaming. But...
Dude, I mean, that thing has lasted, over 20 years now?
Yeah.
I think you got it. Well, you got it in, like, 05, so, but yeah.
Yeah, well, so the original one
19.
I had was the silver one that did come out in 04. I lost it a year later, and I got this one in 05, so yeah.
Dang.
And I probably used it heavily for, like, 5 or 6 years, but after that, I haven't touched it, obviously. Yeah, I like how I just keep giving random DS facts through this whole thing. Honestly.
I think I still have my DSi, which I got in like, what was that, like 06 maybe? Mm-hmm. 07? But I was thinking into it, you were talking about the stylus, but I was thinking about my Game Boy SP.
Yeah.
And I haven't played it in so long because I somehow lost the battery to it. So I wonder if on like Amazon, if they have like a $20 or like $10 battery I could buy.
That's not the little bottom piece, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so. I'll have to look at it.
I think I have the cover for one of your DSs. I don't know how I have it, but it's the cover for the Game Boy port. Anyways, yesterday, Friday, April 5th, The British Sociological Association's online annual conference. Can't believe I missed it. All right. It's been revealed that after this guy Xiaobin Zhu, after he released his study, he basically came out and said after age 20, the rate of those playing daily decreased dramatically along the middle class. Let's contrast the routine manual group where the decline is considerably less marked. And what he means by that is he basically said that people that are middle class and are moving up in the kind of financial strata start to cut out games sooner because they want more time for educational or professional responsibilities. And that they began to consider self-control a pretty important achievement. And that they found a balance between gaming as a hobby and normal life. Yeah, and that basically he concluded that this kind of self-control was taught in higher education and professional workplaces. And to be honest, that it helps them in their career and their economic position. Which is not very surprising. I mean, you'll do better in whatever you put more time in. But yeah, there's a lot more to this study. It's just
Wow, yeah.
It's just that's like the big picture of it.
Wow, half of this is interesting. Half of 16 and 19-year-olds in higher managerial jobs never played video games. Wow. I mean, that makes sense though, because I mean, if you're 16 and 19 and you're like already like a manager somewhere, I would expect that you probably devoted a lot of time to like social, or like your, it's like EQ or whatever you would want to call that, like your
emotional
social ability. Yeah.
Yeah, you probably have. Well, and you
I
probably...
gotta min-max the EQ.
You probably have. And you honestly, video games do. They have benefits and they have drawbacks just like everything. And that's been a known negative, is that generally people that play more games are more socially challenged. Not even a meme.
Yeah, that's true. No, I mean, I felt that in my own life, where like if I'm inside playing games for like a month and I go outside, I cannot talk to people at all. But like, if I'm at like my workplace a lot and I'm working constantly, like yeah, I find that I tend to socialize a little better. But I mean, I'd say this makes sense. I mean, yeah, just whatever you put your time into. I think gaming as like a hobby and like, you know, an hour or two a day is probably fine. But I think once it gets into that like 8 hours a day and like, you know, a lot of time into it is where it kind of...
Yeah, you've got some serious issues.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. You know, I assume you can generally find a study to support anything, but this one I would probably put more weight in this one because it just makes sense, and I've seen it personally in a lot of people I know. So
yeah. You want to get on to the next story? I'm not. You put this one in here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was engrossed in that study. Oh, yeah. This is just something that I've noticed. This isn't like a big news story or anything, but people on Reddit have been talking about it, and people just on YouTube overall have been talking about it, and I thought it was interesting. Payday Payday 3 is essentially dead, or at least the franchise is likely dead forever. I didn't pull up the Steam charts for Payday 2, but Payday 3 right now has a 24-hour peak of 411. And that's not too good. Their all-time peak was 78,000. And look at this. Payday 2, peak of 32,500. 24 hours.
Yeah, wait. Payday 2's got more people.
No, I don't even know. Yeah, that's where the story is. I don't even know. Okay, if you take wow, that's crazy. 32,500 over, let's say, the 424 peak. Wow. That is 81 times higher than Payday 3.
Yeah, I honestly I forgot that Payday 3 even came out. I mean, all I saw whenever it came out was negative stuff about it. I remember I tried playing Payday 2. It's just not my type of game, but
yeah,
that's
cool,
rough.
though.
I mean, you fell off, bro, whenever the game that you made before has more people on it. And to be fair, Payday 2 does have, like, I think it has, like, 81 pieces of DLC or something, or, like, over 400 things that you can buy in it.
Mm-hmm.
Not all of them are, like, DLC content, like, new maps and all that, but, yeah.
I don't think I've ever played a full round of Payday, to be honest.
Yeah?
Nah, I should try it. I got into, like, watching it for, like, a week, and then I didn't play it, so... But I just think it's interesting. People on Reddit and other places, they've basically talked about how they don't think that there's ever going to be another Payday game, and I'd probably agree with them after that.
Yeah, I mean...
It's pretty sad. Pretty pathetic.
That is. Tragic.
Yeah. Anyways, other story as well. Apple emulators are finally allowed on the App Store. Obviously, you can't download any ROMs officially from Apple, but you can now get the emulator, which is pretty nice because before you usually had to do this weird thing where you'd have like a Google Drive or some sort of drive, and then you would essentially download like a patch onto your phone, and then you would boot the game from like the drive and play it. Now I guess you can just download the emulator and then have some sort of drive and have it pull from that drive directly instead of having to link or download like a patch on your phone and everything.
Yeah, you used to have like, I think you had to like jailbreak your phone before, which I actually did do with one of my, I think it was like my Apple, it was iPhone 4, I believe, and I like jailbroke it, and I played, I think it was like Pokemon Emerald on it, but yeah, I think you had to jailbreak it, but now with these emulators, I'm assuming you probably just have to download it, and then like Google Drive or OneDrive or whatever, the games onto your phone, or I guess maybe iCloud, I don't know, but yeah. How do you feel about emulators? Are you do you think I mean, they're perfectly legal, right? It's the ROMs that are really the issue. Do you feel like ever scummy whenever you play an emulator or not?
Nah.
No?
I never feel bad playing emulator. It really does depend on the game. If I usually have never owned the game before, I usually feel like a little bad, but the games are usually so old, they would never sell well now anyways, and if they did sell, they would be garbage. A lot of the games that I play on emulator, though, I've owned at one point, or I've had, like there was this old golf, like mini golf game on PC that I basically downloaded and ripped. like off a website and played, and I didn't feel that bad because I already bought it once or my family did, and I played it. So like a lot of the games that I play anyways, I already have copies of. Donkey Kong, N64, Mario 64, Diddy Kong Racing. I mean, all these games I have physical copies for already, and I don't really feel too bad. And then honestly, even if I didn't have physical copies, the games are so old they're not even worth anything today. I mean, we even saw that with Nintendo's official emulator on the Wii. A lot of those games sold for a fraction of what they did back then. But I don't know. How do you feel about them?
I've only tried. I've only played emulators of games that I've owned, and then even then, I remember back in the day, like whenever the GameCube was popular, we really only bought like used games for the GameCube.
Yeah.
And I think it was, from GameStop. And it was whenever the Wii was coming out, so everyone was getting rid of their stuff. And so GameStop had a bunch of used shit, and I remember we just bought a bunch of that, and none of that went to the game creators at all, right? It just went straight to GameStop.
Yeah.
And so, in my opinion, emulation is basically the exact same thing where you're essentially, playing the game and not supporting the devs. And the only time I feel bad is like whenever it's a game that I can buy on like Steam, right? Mm-hmm. Or it's a game that is like available to me, or is like available to the masses, right? Like to like every store, right?
Yeah.
So like in my opinion, Nintendo games I think are perfectly fine because Nintendo hasn't made them available, or if they are available, it's through a sub, and I've never enjoyed subscriptions, so I'm not gonna respect that. And yeah, you're right. I mean, most of the old games, no one's gonna really buy them.
No, I mean that's why what's funny is the article that we originally found this from and talked about a little bit before the show is showing the original, or is it Sonic 2? I believe it's the Sonic 2 level. I might be wrong. Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh, the classic Sega Genesis. So it's the Genesis version. My point being, there was an official app from Sega that they released. You could buy the game for like $3 back in the day. I think it's $4 now. And I have it, where you can play the original Genesis game on an iPhone. So, I mean... My point exactly. That game probably sold for like $60, and I mean $60 back then was a lot more money than it is now. So like I think it's up to $5. Yeah, it's $5 now in the App Store. $5 now is was literally like $2 or $3 back then. So
yeah, I mean for reference, I pulled up Sonic Adventure on Steam database. And its all-time peak for the last 2 years has been 693 players, and then right now there's only like 200 people playing. So like these games are not going to sell well at all if they came out today.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually even impressed that there's that many people on that.
Yeah, and the all-time peak was 3,000.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
I'm so surprised.
Not much at all.
It's not many though. But I'm still surprised it's even that many.
Yeah.
Everyone's deciding to do their Sonic Adventure playthroughs today. Yeah. Yeah. Man, I'm tired.
Aren't we all?
Just being honest. Yeah.
Well, I think to cap off the episode, we should talk about a new indie Zelda-like game coming out called Castaway. It's a very bright. It seems to be very like bright and vibrant, pixelated, like it's from the NES. Looks fire. I might have to. Definitely gonna have to wishlist this one.
I tell you,
it seems like a very short and sweet game, but yeah.
tell you what, me too. I don't know how many of y'all have played the remake of Link's Awakening on the Switch, but it's very like Link's Awakening-esque. And that's sick. I mean, it's essentially pixel Link's Awakening, like modern pixel art. It's awesome looking. It has after you beat the game, it has an additional roguelite 50 floor replayable piece of content that you can do, where you essentially pick. Oh no, it has a 54 challenge tower, so it's not a roguelike, but it has this where you can go up and get more abilities and keep playing, so that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
It looks really cute. Makes me want to make a game, honestly.
Dude, we should make a game.
Dude, we need to. The enemies are adorable. The art style is adorable. Definitely not afraid to say that it is Zelda.
Yeah, it's an easy pickup because, I mean, it's not a long game, and I don't need any more long games.
No more long games.
No more MMOs. No more MMOs. I'm just gonna say it, boys. All right.
I think that's it. Do you know how much it is?
No. I was looking at the Steam page. It just says coming soon. Okay. With no release date. It just says the studio name and nothing else about it.
Well, I can't imagine it being over $30, but maybe. Either way, I'd get it. I don't really care how much it costs. It looks fun.
It's probably definitely like a $20 game, I think.
I mean, yeah, I bought the remake of Link's Awakening on the Switch, and I can tell you they shouldn't have sold that game for $60, but... Yeah, I think that's it. That's all we got.
Yeah, I think that's it, boys.
Castaway right here, Madden. Looks great.
Wow.
Check it out. Look it up right now. I know you're on your computers, your phones, whatever. Pull it up. Their page is well put together. It looks great. The colors are awesome, and it's obviously inspired by Zelda quite a bit. But yeah, I can't wait. This actually is one that I plan on buying. I know we were talking earlier about buying some of the other games we've talked about on the show before, but we just haven't gotten around to it. But this one would be one that I'd probably buy as soon as it's released.
And they have made another game called Lunark.
Okay.
It has a very positive rating on Steam. Only 119 people have bought it or reviewed it, so probably more have bought it. It's only $10 right now apparently, and it looks.
It's a little platform.
Looks sort of like a side scroller, yeah. But yeah, I mean that's good. They've at least come out with a game, so. And
it's positive at least. So I'll take that any day.
I'm assuming, yeah.
Yeah.
We're in good hands if Castaway is made by these people.
I agree. I'm in it. I'm in for it.
Well, I think that's the episode, boys.
Yeah.
And girls.
It is. bit of a rapid fire news episode this week. But that's fine. Honestly, we've just been playing Final Fantasy and Siege. And then obviously I've grabbed my DS so I can play that today. So it's going to be a nostalgic day for your boy.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. You have a good one. Peace.
Peace.